Good morning. It's Thursday the 24th of July 2025 and today's Blackdown Hills walk starts here in the very pretty village of Broadhembury. Broadhembury is set in the centre of a horseshoe of the hills of Hembury Fort and North Hill, which rise to 1,000 feet and create a sheltered valley. This beautiful village has changed very little in outward appearance during the last century, with many of the thatch and cob cottages standing since the 16th century. There's the Drew Arms, the village pub, and the church is just up there. There's a lot of people in the churchyard at the moment, and I did see somebody cutting the grass, so I think what I'll do is I'll leave the visit to the church until after the walk, and hopefully it'll be a bit quieter by then. Okay, let's go. There go the church bells. So those people that were in the churchyard, they're obviously the bell ringers. I shall definitely leave my visit to the church until after my walk. What an absolutely beautiful village Broadhembury is. Absolutely beautiful. I know I researched this area before I came here, but you know, sort of seeing pictures online isn't the same as actually being here in reality. Wow, what an absolutely gorgeous village. And a ford too, look at that. An absolutely idyllic English village. Okay, well let's start the walk then. I followed Wood Lane, which soon passed the village playground. In a quarter of a mile, I reached a footpath sign on the left. Okay, this is the footpath I need to take. Oh, this is a nice high stile. Flippin' heck. Oh, that was all right. Okay, off we go for another lovely walk in the gorgeous Blackdown Hills. So today's walk is a little bit under 5 miles, but again, what I'm going to do two walks today. So I'm going to do this is the main walk, but then later on when I get back to Broadhembury, I'm going to move on just somewhere nearby. Again, it's somewhere that's going to be easy just to drive to, and then just do a very short walk at the end of the day. So yeah, but it's a gorgeous day at the moment. It's warmer than it has been the rest of the week, so I think I should be drinking lots of water today.
My path across fields climbed steadily, providing great open views as I headed north towards North Hill ahead of me.
Oh, that was a high one. Okay, so I go up this way, turn right. So I'm skirting around the slopes of North Hill now. I'm slowly going round in a clockwise direction, so I'm getting some great views over the Blackdown Hills now. Absolutely wonderful.
After another quarter of a mile, the path entered land of a local gliding club.
I'm walking on the edge of an airfield now for gliders, a local gliding club. So hopefully I might be able to get a few shots of one of the gliders if I can. But of course yesterday when I did my walk from Hembury to Dunkeswell Abbey, there were loads of planes flying overhead at the time, so they were planes, not gliders, because you could hear them. But I did discover that there is actually an airfield at Dunkeswell too. I didn't go to the airfield yesterday, but that's where all those planes probably came from yesterday. So hopefully I'll see some flying gliders today. There's a glider over there. I don't know whether they're preparing to take off. I can't really get any closer because I've got to stick to the bridleway, so I mustn't stray onto the actual gliding club airfield. Yeah, fascinating. So all these trailers then, all these trailers must house gliders. Fantastic. Hopefully I'll be able to see one in the sky whilst I'm walking around today. Great stuff. Great to see all these gliders. Just at the moment, none appear to be taking off, so never mind. Nice to see the gliders anyway.
The track emerged onto Golden Lane, along which I turned right, and in a short while I left the road again at another footpath sign.
So I'm starting to curve around the other way now. I just follow this path which follows the top of the edge of these woods. What's this then? Someone's lost their hay bale. Wonder how that got there then. Must have rolled down from somewhere, I'd imagine. Oh well.
path exited the woods briefly to give me more wonderful views across the open country.
There's a glider up there in the sky. I don't know whether this camera will pick that up. Yeah, fantastic. And down there, according to the map, that's Hanger Farm. And I've walked all the way around there. That line of trees on the top, and the airfield's over there, and the glider's still gliding above it there. So I've just got to carry on along here, and I shall soon be coming out onto another lane.
Heading into woodland again, I would be following the path for another half a mile, until it would emerge onto a lane.
Okay, well this is the lane that this path has now emerged onto. This is called Stafford Hill, so I just follow this lane all the way back to Broadhembury now. Ah, there's a clue there. I think I might be back in Broadhembury. Well, now that I am back in Broadhembury, let's see if now is a good time to get inside the church. The church is open. Here we go. Lovely. A lot quieter than it was earlier. But as I say, it was lovely to hear the bell ringers ringing the bells. Well, as I said earlier, Broadhembury is an absolutely gorgeous village. What a beautiful one. Okay, well I need to move on now. So I finished that walk, but I've just got a little bit more to do. However, it's going to be a lot easier to get in my car and drive to the parking area there, because otherwise I'll have to do a lot more road walking, and I don't really want to do that. I don't think it would be very safe either, so I'll just move on by car to my final destination for today. Witness more woodland, Hembury Hill Farm. Ah, some interesting information on that sign. However, I'm not going through these woods. I'm going to cross the lane over there and I'm heading somewhere else nearby. Aha! I think I see what I'm looking for. Welcome to Hembury Hillfort. Well, I won't read all of this, but I'll read some of it. Hembury is one of the principal archaeological sites of Devon, occupying a spur on the southern tip of the Blackdown Hills. Its exceptional preservation and range of past occupation make it of great importance to the prehistory of the southwest. The massive earthwork defences you see today date from the Iron Age, between about 800 to 100 BC, but the oldest known use of the site goes back to the Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age period. We also know from excavation that underlying the hill fort on the hilltop was a defended settlement of the Neolithic period, about 3600 BC. After the Iron Age, the site was briefly occupied by the Roman army when they first came into the southwest in the 1st century AD. Right, let's go and have a look at Hembury Hillfort then. Off we go. See what there is to see. So these will be the ramparts of the old hill fort. Fantastic. So here we are then, Hembury Hillfort. And somebody's cutting the grass at the same time. That smell of freshly cut grass. I do like it, trouble is it tends to aggravate my hay fever a little bit. Never mind, it's not going to stop me enjoying this wonderful walk. Oh well, the grass cutter's just doing this circuit here. So at least I carry on here, I'll leave him to get on with it. Here we go then. I'm at the far end of the hill fort now, and I'm rewarded with some wonderful views. Look at that. What a view, eh? Well, I'm standing at the very southern tip of the Blackdown Hills here. So I'm just looking further into East Devon from here. Yeah, looking further south, and then way beyond the hills in the background, probably the sea, the English Channel. Okay, well, let's get on then. I could stand and look at the view all day, but I better get on. So, yeah, I'll make my way back around the other side of the hill fort now then. So I just drop down here and take a path that goes round to the west side of the hill fort. Oh, leave the grass cutter to do his work. And what a grand job he's doing. So I made it back to the car park, so that's today's walk finished. Well, two walks again really. The main one around Broadhembury and this one up to Hembury Hillfort. So what a lovely day it's been again. And I have to say, I think Broadhembury so far is my favourite village in the Blackdown Hills. As I said earlier, what a gorgeous place. Okay, well, the car's just there. I'm going to make my way back to my digs now. Until my next walk in the Blackdown Hills.